Here is your podcast.
You know, I've been doing this show 9 years. In the beginning, it was great. I got to show up and just talk and leave. That was fantastic. But now Mex sends me this theme song, tells me to put my own voice in it. Lily shows up. She doesn't produce a goddamn thing. All she does is laugh, turn around, and go home. The only thing I don't wind up doing for this show is listen to it. That's your fucking job. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Folks, did you know that I'm insanely quick? I've been told. That's the rumor out there that's flying around. I'm insanely quick. And by that, I mean like talking. Please don't think it's something else. Although I'm not going to lie, that'll happen on occasion. Because you know what? You think you get older, you think you're going to be fine, you think you're going to dick control, and then all of a sudden you've got a fucking 5 foot tall, 99 pound fucking hot chick just straddling you, and you're just like, I got to do something about baseball, right? What do I got to think about? Because you're trying to be, you know, because you want to, even though, you know, I've been with Jill for 5 years, but I still want to be conquering sexual hero on a white stallion. You know what I mean? And because it's fucking amazing anywhere. I don't give a fuck if it's in a car or in a fucking movie theater or at her house or whatever. And these are some stories I should tell. Probably not. She's flying here today, and I can't. I'm a little preoccupied, a little obsessed. This might be a quick show. Hey, you guys can get me at mike@mikeschmidtcomedy.com. You want to talk about insanely quick? This show is now insanely quick. But just that fucking first shot of her walking out of the goddamn airport when the fucking double doors open and she's in a dress and that. But here's how fucking weird I am. I won't even lie. Because she's sexy as fuck. And so she gets off the plane and she's got her fucking bags with her and she looks incredible in her little fucking heels and her dress. And I know she dressed up for me because she wants to look fucking hot when she gets off the plane. And then there's 99% of me that's like, holy fuck. I just want to throw this girl over my shoulder. Actually, you know what? I put a thigh on each shoulder and just fucking and stand here and finish the job. For, you know, literally keeping score and let's just do one at the airport. Let's just do one here at the airport, and then I'll get you in the car, and we'll do one in the car, and then I'll get you at home, and I'll take care of you there, and you won't be able to fucking walk for the rest of the week. But honestly, also when she walks out looking like that, in my head, I'm just like, I wonder, like, who fucking talked to her on the plane. Like, some guy had to look at her on the fucking plane. It's the stupidest thing. But I won't lie. That just fucking comes up and it pops into my brain where you're just like, oh, dude, like how, because she'll tell me too. She'll be like, oh my God. One time she sent me a picture. She's like, this guy won't stop bothering me at the airport. And it's weird because part of me wants to go, well, just stay there and I'll fly there and beat him to death. And then part of me is like, why the fuck are you telling me this? Like, I don't need to fucking know this. Of course people are talking to you at the fucking air. Look at you. I mean, Jesus Christ, go find a mirror. You're in a fucking leopard print dress and goddamn in 4-inch heels for me, which is fucking sexy as fuck. But then some fat fuck cheese salesman from fucking Milwaukee's like, hey, where are you flying to, darling? Get the fuck out of here, you dick, with your Packer sweater and your fucking 3-day growth of gray beard. You think you got a shot with this woman? Absolutely fucking not. And wait till you see when she gets off the plane and jumps into my arms, you're going to go, I totally had a shot with that woman. She just likes a California version of me. I know that's what every fucking fat Wisconsin idiot is thinking when they see it. They're just like, God damn it.
Do not get mad at me.
I'm not mad. You have a life. It's so funny. I'm trying to talk.
I work for a living.
Yes,
when
I know.
I get a message, I have to look to make sure it's not important.
I hate phones.
It doesn't
Fucking
mean
hate
that
phones.
It's more important than this.
You're the only audience member. Like literally, if I was in a comedy club and there was one person and I was doing it and they checked their phone, I'd go, I suck. I totally suck.
But that's not.
But you got to understand, Mike, you're a performer, okay? You understand it. If you were on stage emceeing and you were talking and two guys in the front row just checked their phones and didn't even fucking look at you, it hits you in the fucking heart. It just does. And it's not your job to fucking, well, it's your job to pay attention, certainly, since you're not the fucking producer anymore. The only job you have is to sit there and listen to me and hopefully laugh when I'm fucking funny, if I'm fucking funny. But if you don't, then because look, I got a month of shows alone coming up, all right? So this is the last time.
Hello, you have Ahmed, and Ahmed.
They're not going to be involved. I don't think so. Well, I'm going to have a couple of shows in Kuwait. Part of me wants to know, but I can't because you got to take your fucking. One of our listeners, Chuck, I think, offered me his GoPro. He sent me a text 5 days ago. I haven't answered it yet because I'm a fucking genius. You know what I did the other day? I started answering texts from 2014. I'm not even kidding. Because people have written me, like our friend Beto in Texas, and who else? Our friend Hannah. Who lives like literally, Hannah sent me this text. She wasn't married like when she sent it. Now she's married and lives in fucking Europe or something like that. When she sent it to me, I think she was living in a hovel in Cincinnati. Like literally, I don't know what she was doing with her life, but she wrote me a thing and I never answered it. So I'm trying to clear my phone because my phone is completely full. And in my head, I'm going to fucking Kuwait and I'm like, dude, I got to have some space on my goddamn phone because I got to take a picture of a fucking dromedary or whatever the fuck. I need a picture of a scorpion. Yeah, whatever the fuck, whatever they got over there, man. I don't care. Whatever bizarre animals they have. We already talked about ostriches and ISIS and all those dudes. I got to get photos of all that shit.
Ostriches and ISIS.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's my favorite band of Kuwait.
Well, I can't wait to see them. It's a cover band. It's going to be fucking, Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman and Ostriches and ISIS in a fucking shit bar somewhere. And I'm going to sit there and go, oh, I get this. And then we're going to go on a spy adventure that sucks. Do you know how bad Ishtar is? Do you know how bad it is? Truly?
Yes, I've watched it. It's not as bad as people
Bullshit.
think it is.
You know what? Because it's funny. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be like, you know what? Ishtar might be okay. And I one time, it was when I lived in Tahoe and I lived with the fucking guys. It was me and Craig and Ransom and fucking DJ. Here's a roll call of who lived with me for no reason. Goddamn. I was just thinking about that place the other day. Like, because
Did you
we.
ever talk to any of them?
No, man. No. Well, DJ, he goes, that guy fucking, he wouldn't want anything to do with me, and I wouldn't want anything to do with him, quite frankly. He was kind of a fucking
We need
dickbag.
to find them on Facebook.
Craig found me. Craig and Ransom, I think. No, Craig's my friend on Facebook. He found me out of the blue, and I was just like, what the fuck? Because Ransom I had seen. Ransom moved to Vegas, and he worked on the Treasure Island fucking pirate show, and she's like, what are you doing?
My boobs are weird.
Well,
today.
you're juggling them around. That's nice. Well, no, that's please. We should be filming this motherfucker. I'll tell you what. Are you trying to make me insanely quick?
No.
So Ransom, I saw, like, he lived in Vegas, and then I went and hung out with him in Vegas. That was when I went to I went to his house, and there was a guy who owned a snake, and I watched TV with a snake around my neck. I told that story on here. Right? Did I talk about that story? That's ridiculous.
What did you watch on TV?
We were watching football. I just went over to hang out on a Sunday watching NFL football because it was Vegas, so...
And you and a snake watched football.
Well, it was one of those dumb fucking Adobe houses. You know what I'm talking about? And like when you go to Vegas and you go out into the hinterlands, because there's the fancy casino and there's all the lights and the bullshit. But if you go 1 mile in either direction, Tahoe or Vegas is just fucking San Bernardino. You know what I mean? It's
is
literally,
sad.
yeah, it's just Temecula. That's all it is. It's Temecula with casinos. So if you go in either direction, people live out because it's a fucking.
Yeah.
It's the moon. It's a fucking desert. It's monstrous. Like you're just living on the surface of the goddamn sun. Or Saturn, or Jupiter, or Neptune. I was going to say Nattern. I almost said Nattern. I'm going to name every planet. Can I name every planet? I don't know if I could. There's Pluto. There's 8 of them, right? How many planets are there? I'm a Trump voter. I have no fucking clue.
Just mix them up. No
Well,
one
there's
cares.
Mars, there's Jupiter, there's Saturn, there's Ivanka. Certainly, that's one we've all been to. There's Melania. That's a great planet. No, there's Saturn, Neptune, Earth, the Moon.
The moon is not a planet.
Yes, it is. Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn. See, if I wrote them down, it would be easier for me to keep track. Well, Earth, of course, counts. Earth, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, Mars.
Would you like help?
No. Give me the first letter.
M.
Mercury. Pluto.
Yes, Pluto starts with an M.
Well, I'm just saying because that jogged my memory to say Mercury made me
Pluto's
go
not really
Pluto.
a planet anymore. They
Fuck them. You know what? This for purposes of my list, I need help. I need a
Okay,
cheat sheet, and
but
Pluto's
I
on
think
it.
you've forgotten the one that Trump lives on.
Venus. But there's one right there. Venus, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Earth, the Moon, Saturn.
And
Give me a letter.
you.
Uranus. Ha! Ha, ha, ha! Dude, I totally knew that. How did I not know that? Oh, is that your Trump joke? He lives on Uranus. Got it. Picked it up, squared away. Trump gave his speech last week, and then he and look, I know. Listen, you don't want to hear about politics, but I mean, it's. Would you rather hear more about me eating out my girlfriend at the airport?
Or a snake.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about. Let's finish that story. So I'm like in Vegas at my. But it's not even a story. It's a fucking anecdote. It's barely an anecdote. It's just something I did. I went to visit Ransom because he was working at the fucking pirate show at Treasure Island, and I hung out with him for a while. And I went out to their house in again. It was just that fucking. What's that? There's a word for that. It's like that pottery on your roof. The shingles that are like clay, but they're kind of U-shaped.
Shingles.
Huh?
They're clay shingles.
No. Shingles are like flat, but there's a
It's
name
tile
for it.
roof.
It's like scalloped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all
That's
kind
a
of.
clay tile roof.
But there's a fucking name for
It's
it.
a tile roof.
No, there's some other name. So whatever. It was that kind of joint. You know, they got a cactus in the fucking yard and a barren bush and a fucking, like it was just awful. But it was like, 8 dudes, 8 pirates from the Treasure Island show and dealers. Because that's how Ransom lived his life. I don't think Ransom ever lived alone in his entire life. He only lived with dealers and pirates. That was the way he worked his life. Because he was a poker dealer when I met him. That's your friend's a pirate. Well, he's a poker dealer when I knew him. It sounds like an old joke. Oh no, that's from the young ones. Vivian, I didn't know your mother was a bartender. She was a shoplifter when I knew her. That's what it was. And she must be really strong to lift shops. Fuck you, Neil. You fucking jagoff. Neil's awesome. There's no doubt. Neil's clearly a genius. They were all geniuses. Even Mike was a genius. He was the fucking Mo of the group. Dude, did you fucking see this? You might have seen this, and you might even know this. I had no fucking clue. I watched the young ones forever. I own the DVDs. Mac gave them to me for Christmas, man. I fucking love that. Did you know that there was another person who lived in the house?
Yes.
That you knew about the woman who's just in every shot that like I never knew about until like a fucking 2 weeks ago?
You worry me sometimes.
She literally, she doesn't say a fucking word. She's sitting in the corner or she's sitting against the wall. She's like the chick from The Ring and she lives in their fucking house. Even when they lived in different houses, she was kind of there. And do you know how much I loved hearing it? I was so happy because again, this is 3 years later. I'm finding out something awesome. 30 years later, right? 83, 84 is when I saw it. 85, 86, 87. Do I hear 88? Anybody? Uranus. But to, 30 years later to find something out about your show that you loved is just, and then to go back and look at the clips and go, there she is. She's there. She's in the flood. She floats by the fucking window. It's goddamn genius. I can't believe you knew that and never told me. What the fuck's your problem?
I didn't even know you were a Young Ones fan.
We talked about it on the show many times. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. You're probably looking at your phone those episodes.
Tell me about your snake.
Dude.
Tell me more about the snake.
My snake is insanely quick. So I go to watch football at their house, and I think the guy's name was Sean or Seth. Whatever. He was a bodybuilder looking dude. So, of course, his name was Sean or Seth, one of those dudes with the fucking... and he had the exact... When I say bodybuilder guy, he wasn't the mutant ones that you see who are actually in the competition with the fucking brown leather skin. He was the guy who was trying to do it at his gym. So he was inflated. He was like a buff dude, but also he had that male pattern baldness, probably from just starting steroids. You know what I mean? To become what he wanted to be. He wanted to be all that he could be, not realizing that he couldn't bring his hair along for the trip. So he might have been like kind of swollen, and he wasn't really defined. He was just big and not cut, but he was just really big. But then he had that fucking horseshoe on top of his head, and you're like, oh, dude, you know what? Curls for the girls, but a comb for the ladies. You know what I mean? What the fuck is your problem?
What the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean? You don't know what that means? Curls for the girls are like, that's a derisive term in the gym when guys only do curls to blast their arms and then got fucking bird legs. Curls for the girls, man. That's what you want to do. You want to impress the ladies with your arms. Did you want to touch my arm, by the way? Because look at it. It's fucking yoked. My arms are fucking awesome. But yeah, so I just made up combs for the ladies because, I mean, I was like, if you want to get girls, sure, have good arms. But if you want to find a demure, beautiful woman, you better have a comb because you better have hair is my point. Because all you bald motherfuckers are not getting laid, right? That's what I'm driving home.
That's not true at all.
What are you saying?
I fucked several bald men.
Well, you don't count. You're like an outlier. You're banging everybody, honestly. It's like, it doesn't, that's your deal.
No, it's not.
It is too, mattress back. Anyway, so.
Wow.
Listen, if you have a resume and the first thing you put on it is can lick own ankles, what do you expect?
I wish I could.
I actually wish I could probably lick my ankle. We should try it now. You want to film it?
No.
Last week I'm jamming cake into my face. Now I'm licking my ankles. God damn it. You know what? I could definitely lick my ankle. I guarantee it. Fuck, now I want to do it. Because I'm an ankle licker from long ago. I'll be licking ankles later tonight. I can tell you that, friend. And foe. I tell foe that as well. I tell enemies and friends. Get that image in your head. Tonight I'll be licking ankles. And then all the fucking rest, because I am all mouth. All right, so. So I'm, Sneth and Sneth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sean, Sneth. Snake. That's why. Snake, Seth, Sean. I'm talking fast this week. Probably. Because I'm insanely quick. So we go to watch football. And of course, because he's a fake bodybuilder who's bald, he realizes he's not going to get any ladies. So he invests in a dirt scooter and, the shit that men have to try to impress other guys. he's good at pool. You know what I mean? Like those dudes. Anybody who's good at pool, isn't getting laid. Because if you got time to get really good at pool, that means you're not exactly, you got way too much time with the wrong stick in your hands is my point. And I don't just say this because I suck at pool. Because I do suck at pool. I'm terrible. And I used to play a lot. Because again, I wasn't getting laid, so what the fuck was I going to do? We'd go to Gala West, fucking me and Pete and all these other dudes. And I think Mex went with us, although Mex might not have. Because whenever we'd go out to do shit like that, like, hey man, let's go to Gala and shoot pool. Because we were underage. So we were going to go shoot pool. And like, Pete would wear a baseball jersey and I would wear regular clothes. And then Mex would show up in like Cavaricis and a Chess King shirt and a duster down to his ankles. Because,
Cavaricis.
oh fuck yeah. What are you talking about? That was the thing, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't, dude. Are you kidding me? He was like,
I hate Cavaricis.
he was
God, that's hysterical.
impeccably
I'm sure
dressed
he
at all
was sharp
times.
as hell in
Oh fuck yeah, he did.
God damn it, that's funny.
Yeah, but we were fucking 19.
Gosh, I make fun of myself
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But we were 19. I mean, it's not like he's got Cavaricis now, although he might.
he
I don't fucking know.
does.
If Cavarici makes boxing gloves, he's probably got some. But yeah, so I mean, that's what I mean. Though, is we would all go out. I mean, I would wear fucking jeans and a flannel shirt, and then we'd pick him up, and he was basically wearing a sharkskin suit. You know what I mean? It was like, literally, it was like 4 guys from the E Street Band and the drummer from the Time. Like it was like that's who would go out and hang out, because we were all just dressed like fucking, we were dressed like 19-year-old kids, and he had like fashion sense that had evolved way beyond any of the rest of us.
Awesome.
Him and my friend Jeff too.
Awesome.
Jeff would wear a bow tie like to school, like, and it was just like, but not ironically and not in a twee way, and he didn't pair it with some dumb fucking hat. Like he would just wear it, and it was just like, wow, fuck. I mean, and I look back at it and I'm like, that's a courageous decision. You know what I mean? Because even now bow ties are mocked and are silly.
By you.
Well, certainly. Because unless it spins, oh my God, if your bow tie spins, then I am on board completely. You better have it going. That's what I want to see. That was a shocked face.
I was.
I wonder if I could pull off a bow tie. Like, I don't think I could, right? I mean, I could pull it off like fucking you can leave your hat on style, but I mean, I don't think I could pull it off like wear it and look good in it. But I would only want to wear a bow tie just so I could go, and untie it and let it fall loose. That's how I want to be. I want to be Sinatra with a bow tie. I don't want to be fucking Louis Farrakhan. I just want to be fucking straight up Sinatra with the fucking bow tie hanging around my fucking neck and me holding a highball and eating fucking bar snacks. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be fucking making bean pies and yelling about the whitey. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of bow tie I want to wear. Why is Farrakhan my go-to for bow ties, by the way? I just said I have 2 friends who wear them. Fuck, I should have made them my go-to. I want to wear it like Jeff in a casual way, so Kim Widler thinks I'm cute. I don't want to wear it where I'm in a fucking, or Sinatra. I want to go Sinatra. But instead of a bow tie around my neck, I instead opted for a snake. Because what happened was, Sneth, Sean, whatever the fuck, we were watching NFL football, and then he, like I said, he invests in all the things that guys invest in when they have money and they don't have a girlfriend. So he had like a half a motorcycle, and then he brought out a python, like a fucking, you know what I mean? Like just that again, the bullshit that guys don't, that they invest in that are stupid. And when you look back, you go, I don't know, I have no fucking idea. Like I own a baseball bat. But it was a wedding gift, so I mean that's fine. But like in my car, it's so every time I don't know why I do this, but it's so fucking dumb. In my trunk of my car, that's where I kept my sporting goods. Like my spikes, I have football spikes. They're in my car. I keep them in the trunk, and I don't know if that means I think I'm going to come upon a game and don the spikes and just leap in, like put me in coach style. I get no fucking idea why they're in there, but it makes me feel like they're there. And every time I see them, I go, "You should fucking take these out of the trunk." You have a question?
Why do you even own football spikes?
Because I needed them to. I played with them before. Like I bought them. I had to buy them 10 years ago. No, it was before I got here. I think I fucking owned them for 20 years probably. Because we used to play.
And when was the last time you wore them?
Oh Christ, fucking forever ago. I think I wore them to play softball here. You know what I mean? I don't know why I decided. Like it was just that thing where I would saw them and I go, oh fuck, I should just wear those. Why not? For traction or whatever the fuck. I don't. Again, it's that thing. It's a dumb thing. I don't know.
You get caught in ice. You have them in the car.
Oh sure, I can just walk the fuck out. No, but that's the thing is I have them in the car. That's the dumbest thing in the world to me. Like I used to keep a football in the car and my baseball bat and then my fucking spikes. And I have my hand wraps and my MMA gloves and my boxing gloves all in the trunk of my car. Like I said, in case I stumble into a gang fight, like I don't know what I would possibly need them for.
When do you see your therapist again?
I don't see her for a couple of weeks actually.
You really should just say to her, I have these in the trunk of my car and start a session out that way.
No, she's already. I think I told you she was. Did I mention on here a couple of weeks ago? I talked about throwing up at the session. Did I say that on the show already?
I don't think you said it on the show.
Oh, okay. Because I said to Shannon something about throwing up, and she literally flinched, like she kind of just her head jumped back, and I said, "I haven't told you that yet." And she's like, "I don't think we've ever talked about that." I go, "Oh yeah, I throw up occasionally." And she's just like, "We should probably talk about that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." But I mean, if you make your therapist go, "Huh?" like blink like I Dream of Jeannie, you know what I mean? Then you've made. I think you've done something at that point. Wait till I tell her about the snake around my neck. Anyway, wait till I tell you about the snake around my neck. Holy shit. It's not even a fucking story. Literally, I was out there and he had the snake, and he brought. Of course, that's the whole deal when you got strangers in the house. You're like, hey man, totally. Because again, what do you do with a snake? You leave it in the glass, in the fucking aquarium, and you go, hey everybody, watch me feed it a mouse, and then you leave it alone for fucking 23 more hours. You know what I mean? You don't. There's no reason to own a fucking snake. There's not, unless you're like Dr. Phibes and you want to train it to kill people and shit like that. Then you're on board. I mean, look, if you want to own a snake, you better make it a killer snake. You better train it to kill the people you want it to kill and slither back into its goddamn aquarium. Like, make it a sentient snake. Let it know that it's a snake and it's an assassin snake. Then I'm on board with owning a snake. But if you just own a snake to go, dude, totally cool, I own a snake. It's like, fuck you. This snake would much rather be in the desert eating fucking gophers and shit like that. No snake wants to live in your room, you asshole. Let it fucking go. You get into this is a fucking wild creature. It's basically a dinosaur. Snakes are essentially from prehistoric times. So you've now locked it up in a glass prison and you're feeding it mice. Man, you're fucking, you know what you're doing? You're cutting the balls off this snake. Give this snake back his balls and put him out in the fucking world. Or train him to kill people. Don't train him to watch football with some fat idiot who just came over to your goddamn house. Because that's all this snake did. He brought the snake out and it was like, everybody's like, ooh, yeah, kind of, can I touch it? Yeah, weird. And he brought it over to me, and I'm not even kidding. Like, it as he was walking with it, it totally it kept pointing at me like a boner. Like, it was like, aha, this fucking snake had a hard on for me. And I'm like, all right, well, I can't wait, snake. And he made his way around the fucking room and he's like, look at the snake. But the snake kept kind of like turning its head to look at me. It was like a little kid in a grocery store line. They always stare at me, dude. Like yesterday I was at Smart & Final. I was buying 20 cases of water because I'm a genius. You have to
right
fucking
before you leave.
Listen, I need to have something in here to come home to. So yesterday I'm in line at the fucking Smart & Final, and there's a Hispanic family. I think I said Hispanic family. There's a Hispanic family ahead of me, and they don't speak a lot of English, and they've got it's so funny. This is terrible to be this guy. I wanted to warn them about their daughter because she was already kind of fat, like she's kind of chubby, and she's only like 8. And I understand they're going to grow out of that, I guess, eventually.
What were you going to warn them about?
Well, there's a lifetime of misery for you if you're going to grow up and be fat. It's just not good. It's no bueno. I could have said that to them. They probably would have understood. Es muy gordita, no bueno. That's what I would have said. Because it's just... Well, seriously, man, it's a hard life. It's a hard knock life for us, the fat. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. Instead of treats, we get tricked. It happens all the time. And all we want is treats. But this poor little girl, again, beautiful girl, wide eyes and just a gorgeous face, but also no más paquito. She was a little lump. That's what she was. She looked like Slimer. She was kind of like that shape. You know what I mean? Like Slimer from the Ghostbusters, just that kind of round shape, but she had legs. But I get in there with cases of, and I could only fit 6 cases of water in the fucking cart at a time, but I pull in behind her family, and her family is having a conversation in Spanish that I think may have been about sweet potatoes, but also could have been about gold water, when I have no fucking idea.
Gold water.
Well, literally, I heard things that sounded like that. It was so I didn't know if they were talking about Lyndon LaRouche or what the fuck was happening. Or they were talking about their Pop-Tarts that they were buying. But again, everything on the fucking belt, other than the sweet potatoes, which is a superfood, and you should probably consume them every day if you possibly can, although in moderation, like anything else. But everything else was like, they had Pop-Tarts, and they had they had croissants, which I'm sure this is on me, but it just seemed like a weird impulse buy for a Hispanic family to buy croissants. I mean, I guess I don't know if I thought they should be buying that weird Mexican donut with the scales on the top or whatever the fuck. You ever see that thing? Like you go to a fucking, every time I go to a donut shop, they're like, hey man, here's an apple fritter, here's a bear claw, and here's that thing that sort of looks like a fat pineapple but squished. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but it's like
Have you
peeling.
ever tried one?
I've not. I'm sure it's delicious. There's no
No,
doubt.
they're horrible.
What? Are they really? It's like piloncillo, which always cracks me up when I see it. Piloncillo is just it looks like a carrot, but it's made out of sugar. And it's just raw sugar that you just grind up. And I'm like, there's a fucking bag of sugar right next to the piloncillo. I don't understand what you're doing, Hispanics. You're making it very difficult for yourselves. Maybe it's because all day long they labor in the fields. And when they get home, they want to feel like they're still at work.
Oh my god!
Well, just some of them, not all of them. But I'm saying I don't understand why you're getting the piloncillo.
Tell me more about the snake.
So this family's in line at the fucking Smart and Final, and they're again they're having, but everything they had croissants, which again made me laugh. I was just like, well, I don't know what they're going to do with them. Perhaps they're going to make a horchata based bread pudding. I don't know what they plan on doing with the croissants.
Eat them like normal Americans.
Listen, I know you think that. It just seemed like because they were right on the. Here's the reason I thought it was a weird thing, because they were right there at the line, like they're, you know how they try to get you, they're like, hey man, buy an Enquirer and a Snickers bar. Well, they had the croissants there too, and I felt, oh my god, these Hispanics were weak, and they fell prey to the buy the croissants on your way out gimmick. So I felt badly for them. So and then they had like 4 bags of Doritos, and it was all junk food except for the sweet potatoes, which again, superfood. And then they had 2 kids, and the one girl was just a bowling ball, man. I just, I was like, aw, you. She looked like BB-8, except if BB-8 was a BB-16. Like his bottom part, and because he has a little small part on top of the big part. Well, just instead it was all just big parts stacked up. That's what she looked like. But she didn't have wheels. She had legs. But BB-8 doesn't have wheels either. He just rolls around.
So she didn't look anything like BB-8.
Maybe not. I'm just saying that she was like big on top of big on top of big. And then she started to kind of, but she catches my eye as I'm behind the family, and I got a cart full of water because that's healthy. And she sees me, so I see her. And look, this is partially my fault. I will admit it. But when a kid sees me, I make a face or I play peekaboo with it. I just do. I always do. So the kid, she's little and she sees me and she kind of like looks at me with that kind of like bashful face, like looks up, and I pretended I didn't see her, and then I went, and then she actually flinched like Shannon did, and she fucking hid behind her dad. And so I was still at my cart, but then I could see her. She like leaned over and she peered up between her dad's arm and his hip, and I pretended I was doing my water, and I looked up at her. She totally hid again behind her dad. And then she came around, and then she leaned to the right, and I leaned to the left. And so now the two of us, it's like Harpo and Lucy in the mirror. We're having a show. And then she leaned to the left to catch me, and I leaned to the right. And then she went real fast to see me, and I stayed there. And she went, whatever. I don't need to describe peekaboo to you fucking people.
Keep going, please.
Listen, I'll draw you a fucking schematic. So there was peeking, there was booing. It was all involved. So she's doing that, and I'm having fun with her. It's silly, but then she kind of starts saying things in Spanish, and she's pulling on her dad's shirt, and then I'm like, oh man, are they gonna? She telling on me? Because I don't know. Did I freak her out? Whatever. But he's like blah, 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 and then he's like, oh, hold on a second, Paquito, Mas, whatever, and then I don't know what her fucking name was.
Racism's funny.
That's not racism at all. Paquito, mi Paquito. That's a term of endearment. It's like Mex calls his daughter Mija. That's like really a nice thing to do. So he was like, oh, yeah, mi Paquito, whatever the fuck. So he sent her brother. He was like, oh, he kind of nodded. He gestured with his thumb, and which I didn't care for because quite frankly, I'm next. I want to check the fuck out and go home. I got shit to do. All right. But they held up the line while the little boy ran, and then he came back with like 4 things of candy. He ran to get them, and then he handed 2. He went to hand 2 to the daughter, and then 2 to put up. But I'm not even joking. He went to hand 2 to the daughter. They had to get rung up. He's like 4, and then she went and rang. And the daughter, she walked away from the dad, and she walked by me, but she didn't come up to me. She holds up in her hand, and she had melted chocolate all over her hand. Like it wasn't. They just bought new candy, but she's still eating this. And look, I'll be truly honest with you. It looked like a lump of shit in her hand. It was just this big, round, molded. It was in her fingers and everything. And she's just walking. She's holding her hand out like this, like, somebody please clean me up. Somebody do something. And I couldn't figure out if it was. I really did not know what it was. Like, I mean, I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it was chocolate. But it also looked like it could have been a popsicle because it looked like it was like fucking melting or whatever the fuck in her hand. And And there was a lot less seeking and a lot more hiding at that point. There was a lot less peeking and a lot more booing after that. I must admit, because she walked up to me and I'm like, nope, I got my hands in the air. I'm not touching your fucking hand. I'm not grabbing this thing out of your hand, whatever the fuck it is. And then her dad, of course, mi Paquito, and he calls her over and they walk out. I don't even know why I fucking told that story.
Because children and snakes like you.
Snakes. That's why. That's what we're talking about. So that's what the snake was doing. The snake noticed me in the room, and he kept looking and wheeling his snake head around. The snake, not fat, I will tell you that. But I think it was a python. I don't remember what it was. It's what's the one that'll squeeze you to death? Python, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he had. And he brings it out. And,
Boa. It could have been a boa.
ooh, it could have been that. It may have been that, but he brought it out and he's walking around with it and he's showing it to everybody there watching football. And it's like, yeah, you have a fucking snake, Sean. Go take the spike and try to get some more swole. But then finally he comes to me and the snake has been looking at me the whole time. The snake is giving me the vibe, man. It's totally awesome. And the snake is looking and the snake is like, and the snake is being polite to everybody else. Certainly the snake is just like nodding or letting it be petted. But then when it comes up to me, it actually kind of like stretches away from his arm, like, and it like comes toward me. And I'm like, all right, I'm on board with this snake. I'm not going to pretend like I'm scared. I mean, because I was fascinated by it. It wasn't a bitey snake. If it's a bitey snake, I'd probably be worried. But a squeezy snake, fuck, I can handle that. I can, not because he wasn't giant. You know, if it's like a fucking, Sharknado fucking snake, then I'm dead. Those fucking, like those, what was it, Anaconda, or whatever the fuck that movie was with Jennifer Lopez and John Voight.
That's what squeezy snakes are.
Yes, but those are giant squeezy snakes. Little baby squeezy snakes, I'll just put them on my wrist and be like, oh, totally cool. I got a scaly watch. Like, that's fine.
And then it wraps itself around and your hand dies because it won't come off.
Are you saying it'll wrap itself around me like a well-worn tire?
Sure.
Will I feel its nails scratch my back just like a rake?
No.
All right. One more, John, who made a mistake. All right, never mind. I'm just doing fucking lyrics at this point. So the snake gestured toward me, and it was like it was coming toward me, and it wanted me. That snake wanted me, and I wanted it. I won't lie. And so he brings the snake over, and he expected me to just pet it, but I put my arm out, and it wrapped around my arm, like instead of just
kill you.
Well, like everybody else, it totally like was like whatever, pet me, fine, stuck its tongue out, but it comes up to me, and he's just like, well, I'm serious. That's all he did. He's just like whatever, party.
Your snake has a lisp.
He does. Well, maybe he lisped at everybody else. Maybe I heard him wrong. It was a very loud football game. So, but then when he came to me, he's like, and he totally corkscrews around my arm, like he wrapped around it. And I was like, this is, and fucking Sneth is like, oh, he likes you. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, he likes me. He doesn't like you, horseshoe head. So I fucking take it. And then I got it, and it keeps, it was like a slinky. Like it kept going from one hand to the other. Like I kept going like this. And then finally I just put it like around my shoulders, and he went around my neck, and he lived there. He totally stayed there. Like he stopped squirming around because he was squirming up on my hand, both my hands. And then I put him on my neck, and he was like, and he came around, and his head was on my left side, and his tail was on the right, and he relaxed. That was it. He went to sleep, or whatever snakes do. And I'm not kidding. I sat there for like 2 hours with him around my neck. To the point where even fucking Sneth kept coming up and he was just like, hey, can I have my snake back? Fuck you, man. Your snake wants me now. This snake's mine. Because he would like keep coming over and he'd be like, are you okay, man? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And it was like, he was cold, but I guess I was probably just like the hottest dude in the house. But I mean like just like in a blood way. I don't mean like in a sexy way.
Oh, I think you thought you were sexy.
You think that's, you think so? You think I had a shot?
I think you did.
You can't fuck a snake. I don't know. Like, 'cause they got, although he could unhinge his jaw and go to work. There you go. Maybe that'd work out. Dude, if a snake can swallow a water buffalo, he can surely give me head. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Because all their openings are really small, but then all of a sudden it's like, they open like fucking, like they ratchet their jaw open. It's like, yeah, there you go. You just fucking plunge it in there.
Your cock that you compared it to a water buffalo.
Well, that was the first animal that came to mind. We already went with the mouse earlier. So, I mean, but I'm saying if he can unhinge his jaw to do that. Well, yeah, look, we already know what I got. I mean, I've made no secrets about it on this show before. So anyway. So the snake grabbed me and just hung out with me and watched football. And fucking Sneth was like bummed because he kept coming out over and he's like, hey, I can put him away if you're okay. And I'm like, no, man, I'm cool. And I mean, I watched all the afternoon games, like from 1 o'clock until like 4 with this fucking snake around my neck. I wonder if he misses me. Because snakes have brains. So like once he finally, when I gave it back and I left, because I felt there was like a longing, a little ennui in the air as we parted. And I'm wondering if that snake was just like, went back to his like glass aquarium and just went, oh, I should have left with him. I really should have. Like, because we were vibing. We were like making it work. You know what I mean? It was like, you ever, like when you go to a party and meet a girl and you're talking to her and you realize after a couple hours, you're like, hey man, this is actually clicking. And like when I left, you think that snake was like, I should have got his number. Probably. And then he had so many hours in the fucking aquarium to just like contemplate the one that got away. I'm the one that got away from that snake. I'm the one that got away. Oh, I feel so bad. And he probably thinks, I bet he's with like another snake better than me. Like I bet he's got all sorts of like weird insecurity issues and stuff because he just, he has no other snakes to talk to. So he's just got his own brain. That snake is like the dude in One, the Metallica song, where he's like his brain, like his he can't talk, he can't speak, he can't hear, but all he can do is think. That snake's just in that aquarium right now, and all he thinks about is me. He just sees me in his head. He's just like, he remembered I was a warm, safe place. That's who I was. God damn it. I miss that snake. Not as much as he misses me, certainly. Oh, it might have been a she. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know. Again, you can't really see anything. He was wearing a dress. Or he was wearing pants. Had pants on, so I couldn't really see anything.
Pants on.
Yeah, snake.
And pant on.
Yeah, a pant. May have had pant on, certainly. Well, no, if you put yourself through it double, then you got pants on. If you're a snake, yeah, because a snake could totally make it pants. I wonder if a snake could balance up on its head and its tail and walk. How freaked out would you be if that happened? You ever see those, like, I always see those videos on the internet, and I think they're fake, but they're not really. You ever see that cat who gets up on his hind legs and he runs away on his hind legs?
Yes.
That's not real.
Yes, it is.
You got to really spook the fuck out of that cat. For him to just go, God damn it, I'm people, and he runs the fuck off.
I was just at Ringling, and they have a lot of cats up in their bed.
Did you go to the circus?
Yeah.
No way. Was it fun?
It was a really good show. It doesn't feel like a circus anymore because the elephants are gone.
Because it's cruel?
No, it doesn't feel like a circus because it's different.
But, I mean, are the elephants gone because it's cruel to have them?
The elephants are gone because PETA is a terrorist group.
So it's because it's cruel to have them.
It's not cruel to have elephants. It's not cruel to have pets.
So you're saying if I had an elephant here, it would not be cruel?
If you had enough space to house it properly and exercise it and do all of the things that they need to do for stimulation, yes. But if you just locked it in your bedroom, that would be cruel.
So what you're saying is Sneth is PETA's coming after him for locking that snake up.
Honestly, snakes in small aquariums bother me. But
Well, you don't like spiders and snakes.
I love spiders and snakes. But that ain't what it takes.
To love you?
No.
You fool. I had that 45.
That album.
No, my God.
Yes.
Triumph. You
Would
defeated
like
me.
to talk about any of the other songs on there, like Hattie in the Backwoods?
No, thanks. No, I'm good. I got one Jim Stafford song that I know about. Remember when those were like viable? When you like, I guess Spiders and Snakes isn't really like a parody song, like The Streak, like Ray Stevens and all those idiots.
No, but it did still end up on Dr. Demento.
Yeah, even though it shouldn't have.
I agree.
You fool. All right. So we were talking about something when this whole fucking thing started,
Snakes,
right?
Sex, you're quick.
I am quick. There's not about that.
The airport, your mouth.
Yeah.
Snakes, Cavaricis.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You've truly been paying attention.
Look, you got very upset about the phone. I am paying acute attention.
Well, I don't mean to be that guy. I apologize. It's just, literally, well, I know, but I don't mean to twist your arm. And it's like when I feel that way with both you guys, like when I call David, I'm like, hey man, can you do some artwork? That'd be great. Maybe, and then when we talk about the artwork situation and we hash it out together and I go, well, what if you did this? He goes, nope. And I go, well, what about this idea? And he goes, nope. And I go, huh? Well, okay, what about this? And he goes, nope. And then he goes, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, yay. That's basically the whole discussion, because I've given him all the leeway in the world, and I put him in charge of the artwork. So when I call up and I'm like, hey, I really think this will work, and he's like, nah, it's too on the nose. What if I did this? And I just go, great, because I don't really pay you guys, so I don't want to be the guy who says no to a decision. And I know that's weird and wrong. It's not wrong. I mean, it's you should just have an opinion and say what your opinion is. So I'll try to. But then I always feel like I'm being forceful and strange because, again, I don't pay anybody. So I'm like, hey, man, you fucking...
You pay me?
Yeah, well, I have.
Oh, I'm not supposed supposed to tell Max everything?
Probably not. Keep that quiet.
Stirring the pot,
Sure.
causing trouble.
Well, I mean, I have paid you
Yeah.
guys some when I
Yeah.
can. You know what I mean? Certainly you got some of the
again,
Kuwait money and everything.
I mean, when you say to me, please don't do that, I don't look at it like, oh my God, I'm being yelled at and I don't get paid to do this. I look at it as the compromise is I have to look and make sure it isn't something important. Very rarely do I have to go, hey, I need to deal with this.
Right.
But because I also run a full-time business, I can't ignore it.
Well, you are not me.
Yeah.
Certainly, because I would think the other.
You can ignore everything. I run a full-time business. I should ignore these emails and texts.
Well, I don't run a full-time business. I'm a dope. So I mean, I still ignore emails and texts. So good for me. It was funny when everybody kept talking about Hillary Clinton and they're like, oh yeah, she's got these email servers and holy shit, they're exposing it. And then they release all the DNC's emails and like, holy God, this is going to bring them down. And in my head, the only thing I could hear was, you know what? I have a pretty good shot at becoming president because I haven't answered an email in 11 years. So so good for me. I mean, I've got that. That's the one qualification I have.
Your Twitter account gets you out.
Yo, no, come on. I don't think so. I want to get verified, man. They got that fucking checkmark deal happening, and now you can apply for it.
Did you apply?
No, of course
applied.
not.
I don't think I'll get it, but I applied.
But the way I look at it is you should get it because you're the only Lily von Stupp. So why would they argue? What is the verification process? I don't get what that means.
The verification process basically says that you have some sort of public image or brand that needs to be verified so people cannot pretend to be you. That's who gets done it. So it's like if you are a reasonably well known in your field. So I put in like my credentials of that I was named in the top 50 twice. I put in the credentials in my industry, in the industry rag that we have. I put in the festival that I do. I put in a huge article in the LA Times about me as a producer and a promoter of 10 years in LA. They still may say I'm not famous enough.
That's ridiculous. I mean, again, famous enough is the dumbest concept I've ever heard. I mean, if you're still you and you're doing all these things, then they should just say, yeah, you're you.
What I mean by famous enough is it a brand that's recognizable in your industry or in the general public? Because you don't want people to just be like, hey, I'm Bob Smith. I need to be verified as Bob Smith, because then they've got 9,000 verified Bob Smiths.
Right,
but
but
what are they verifying them for? You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
I wish
I guess.
Facebook would do it. I wish Facebook would let us verify ourselves.
Well, they made you, and they went quite the opposite. They tried to invalidate all of you and make you change your names.
Absolutely. And that, to me, is the downside of that. Where Twitter, on the other side, is going, hey, we recognize that you may be known as Cher, even though your name is blah, 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 blah. We will verify that this is Cher. And I wish Facebook would do that. I mean, especially because I did have to send them my ID. I should be able to be fucking verified.
Yeah.
But whatever. Social media, yay!
I love that they made you send your ID. That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard. They're like, you got carded by Facebook. That's fucking insane.
I got carded by Facebook.
I mean, anyone can open and any egg on Twitter. You know what I mean? Those idiots, and you get carded. It's insane.
By the way, any egg on Twitter is social media. That's it. That is it in an eggshell.
Well, at this point, they should. Nice. That's actually. I apologize. I don't want to step on that. That was very funny. And at this point, they should just change the egg to a clan hood, because I mean, literally, all of those motherfuckers are just. Everybody just starts an account to be a racist asshole, and I don't get it. Like, they had that thing where everybody came after the chick, the Ghostbuster, a couple of weeks ago. Leslie Jones. I don't want to call her the Ghostbuster. She's a comedian.
Well, but that's what she's recently known
Yes,
for.
and
I don't think that
but it's so fucking depressing that at her apex of her career, at what should be the greatest triumph of her life, professionally, she has to deal with that. And
Hey, welcome to being a woman.
Well,
The apex of all of our life, we have to deal with it. Oh, you're in your prime birthing years. We can mock you for that. Oh, you're past your prime birthing years. We can mock you for that. Oh, you're young and pretty. We can mock you for being young and pretty and stupid. Oh, you're a comedian and you're intelligent. We can mock you because you're just a comedian. And one time you did something stupid on the internet. We can mock you because women are mocked because they're women. Hillary is not trusted because she's a woman, because she didn't shut up and bake cupcakes.
Well, that's true. They've hated her since 1992
Yeah.
because she
just
had the
goes down.
audacity.
Yeah. All of these women are just,
Yeah, she had the audacity to not take a secondary role, and they all said, oh, she's going to co-president, and then she tried to do the healthcare thing, and everybody was upset, and then she stole a dresser, and then everybody was upset about that, and then she killed a guy, and look, everybody goes fucking crazy about that. Still talking about it. What the fuck? Let it go, all right?
I still think it's hysterical that people think she physically did it.
Of course she did.
I have people who are like, and I'm like, the entire Secret Service snuck her out of the White House in the middle of the night so she could meet Vince Foster, kill him, and frame it as a suicide. Are you fucking kidding me?
Proof she didn't.
Our country can't keep emails on a server.
Proof she didn't. That's the thing that everybody will say. You know, and then there's another thing, too, where there's that weird meme of like some 12-year-old girl who got raped and Hillary defended the guy who
and laughed about it. Yes.
Yeah, she was hilarious.
And I'm like, she defended the rights of someone who was accused of a crime, which is exactly what you would want someone to do if you were accused of a crime. That is exactly how our system is set up, and you're angry at her because you don't think even criminals should be able to be defended equally.
I'm just running to I'm leaving. I'm going to the desert. I'm taking Jill and I'm taking my snake and I'm going home. I'm not going to be involved in this any longer.
You should go to one of the many planets you know about.
Well, I understand. I'll meet Trump on Uranus. I'll avoid that one. That one I'm definitely not going to go to. But even yesterday they had, because the conventions have started. And look, I don't want to be Politics Jones again. I mean, it's silly. I mean, I had to have I had a conversation with dudes in my car as I was Ubering. These Armenian dudes were like, they were all for Trump. They were just these bros, and they were just like, yeah, man, Trump's gonna clean it up. He's gonna get all these like immigrants out of town, bro. He's gonna throw all these immigrants out and fucking save our jobs, bro. And I'm just like, dude, maybe you'd have a job if you didn't say bro every 5 seconds, you fuck. Unless you went down to the bro factory because they're looking for guys like you. Get the fuck out, you fucking vaping idiot. You know what I mean? Just and look, I say dude like they say bro. I get it. So I mean, but I'm very cool and smart and hip. So I'm hip.
White.
Hi, I'm hip from the 70s.
And white. Don't forget you're white.
Dude, I'm so white. It's ridiculous. I can't argue about that. That's why I said none of this affects me in the least. I mean, I hope Hillary wins. That'd be pretty cool. But if Trump wins, it's good for me funny wise. I mean, it's fucking hysterical. And also, I like chaos, so I don't give a fuck if this whole thing falls the fuck apart. Like I said, I still get to take my 9-minute hot shower. I get 20 cases of water. I'm fine.
That'll last you a week.
Well, good. That's fine. Well, that's all I'll have once he starts sending out the people and sending them to camps. Because I'm a white dude. Like, none of this is going to affect me. I want. Well, we've talked about this a million fucking times. I vote for you. I vote for my Mex's daughter. I vote for. That's what I want. Yeah. Well, I vote for
humanity.
I vote for vaginas. I just want, I vote for Jill. I want everybody, all women should be safe and shouldn't ever be in minorities. That's what I vote for. Literally, I vote for women and minorities so they can have some sort of semblance of hope. You would hope, right?
I would hope.
I vote for women and I vote for minorities. You know what I don't vote for? Women who are minorities. Take that.
But don't you also vote for white men? Don't you? I mean, again, I don't want to get into the whole all lives matter, Black lives matter. But honestly, when you go into a voting booth, you look at the interests of the country, not just my personal.
Well, that's
one would hope.
Yeah, but that's a coin flip too. I mean, you're voting for your interest. I mean, obviously, we all wish that you could go in and be benevolent and go, oh, I'm going to vote for this because it's the best thing for Rhode Island. Well, I don't give a fuck about Rhode Island. I'm in California. Good for them. You're too small. You shouldn't even be a fucking state. You wouldn't even be a farm in California, Rhode Island. Fold it up, man. Call Massachusetts and ask them to take you over. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need the entire Eastern Seaboard to become one big state. Just fucking, Chowderstan. Let's just do that. Yeah, let's just turn all of that up into Vermont and Maine and all you other motherfuckers just line up and merge with Massachusetts and become Chowderstan.
They have states' rights. No.
I'm tired of states' rights. Jesus Christ. All that is code for, hey, if we want to hang black guys, we will. I mean, literally. I mean, this fucking...
That's what it means.
Pretty much it does. Any states' rights nonsense are like, hey, I'll tell you what, if you want to fucking get an abortion, you better get a hanger. That's what states' rights means. That's all it means. It just means some wingnut got put in a fucking in charge in Kansas and went, you know what? Fuck science. That's what states' rights means.
Fuck science.
Yeah. And you're like, no, dude, science, like test tubes and fucking Bunsen burners. That's pretty cool. It actually works out okay. Let's put a frog in a pot and watch him lay there until the water boils and then he dies. That's science, man. And he's just like, fuck all that. Jesus. Like, what? What are you talking about, dude? I got a pot with a dead frog in it. You're telling me about Jesus? I don't give a fuck about the Lord. I tell you what, if he's here, have him touch this frog and wake him the fuck up. Because if that's the kind of shit that he does, then I want to see it. I want to see his magic tricks. You want to tell me about Jesus? You better bring him down here and tell him to have his fucking red balls and his fucking cups and his Marshall Brodeen rice and make all of his fucking magic shit happen. Otherwise, I got news for you. It's getting hot outside. And the sun, we better do something about it, or all of us are going to be fucking brown, and then we're all going to be shooting one another because we won't know who the bad guys are. I'll tell you what, Kansas, you want to hate minorities, you want to hate science, well, then you better do something about global warming, because pretty soon all of you will be tan, and then the fucking troops will swoop in and won't know who to fucking throw in the camp. You're all Muslims. No, my name's Rick. Doesn't matter, man. Look in a mirror. You're coming with us. Fucking global warming. I knew I should have put some sunscreen on. Stupid science.
Can we name the show Fuck Science?
I think there's already a podcast called that. If there's not, there will be. And as soon as Trump wins or whatever the fuck. Because again, I don't give a fuck. Like I had people write me and they're just like, when you take a side and you do this, and aren't you? And someone wrote on my Facebook page, aren't you worried about offending people? My friend Joe, yeah. And I'm not really. I'm not, because honestly, this is a dumb fucking show, and I spent half of it talking about fucking a kangaroo. So I mean, I can't imagine that anybody would be offended by anything that I said politically.
Well, I always look at it this way. I'm not worried about offending someone. I'm not trying to overtly offend them, but at the same time, when someone tells me that I have to have the baby that someone raped me by, I'm much more offended by that than me going, Jesus is imaginary.
What if your rapist was really good looking? I mean, that's a Sophie's choice for any lady, right? Because every time she looks at the kid, she can remember that Dark Night and how terrible it was, but at the same time, she can go, man, look at the fucking cheekbones on that kid.
Stanhope always says if you believe in abortion only in the case of rape or incest, what you're really saying is that the only time you can kill a baby is when their dad's an asshole.
Yeah, or ugly.
Or ugly, yes.
Yeah.
And I always think about that, and I'm just like, it is the hypocrisy of all of it. It is the
all of it is hypocrisy. Like I said last week, if you're telling anybody, you can only have an abortion in case there's the fucking rape or incest. It's like, fuck this semantics. I don't
murder,
get it.
It's not murder, and I respect people who are like, it's murder completely, because at least they've taken a stand that is logical from beginning to end.
And like I said, I don't give a fuck what you believe. I don't care. Take your comic book, take your Quran, take all your nonsense, and point out that everybody should be friendly to one another.
Take
or everybody,
science.
Yeah. No fucking shellfish. Nobody gets to be gay. I mean, whatever the fuck. Believe it, okay? And poison your kids with that nonsense. Go ahead, whatever you get. But don't poison anybody else. That's the whole point. Just let everybody do what the fuck they want to do. Because then we get fucking, like I said, then you got guys who are just like, I don't believe in global warming. I don't believe in any of this bullshit. And also, by the way, I don't think anybody should vote if they've been in jail. And it's like, well, I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense. But then what if everybody goes to fucking jail? Like, because you want to put everybody in jail for all their nonsense. Like, that's the thing. It's this perpetuating thing where everybody who does drugs gets thrown in jail, and then for nothing, they had a joint, and now they can't vote for the rest of their fucking lives. And of course, because they're like, haha, those are the guys who would vote for the Democrats, so let's go ahead and figure out a way where they can't vote. But then the Democrats are like, haha, let's get all these murderers to vote. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't invest myself in this anymore. I'm refusing to dive into the pool. I want to have a jaundiced eye. I just want me and Jill and my snake and you, and we'll just sit in the desert.
I don't want to be in the desert with you and Jill and your snake.
What?
Thank you.
Why are you bailing on me?
That is not my nirvana. I'm not going to lie. And nothing against Jill. Certainly nothing against you. I don't know the snake. It may be a dick. I don't know. but that is not where I would want to be for my, yeah.
Well, I just want to go to space or something. Like I said, I want to look down and watch everybody just do their thing, and I don't care. I'm old. I wish I could get as invested in this as I should. Like I said, I want certain things. I know what I want. I know who to vote for and what I'm going to vote for and what I want to happen in this world. But also at the same fucking time, all these people, we're going to build a fucking wall. Build a wall? Dude, fill holes. Fucking build roads. Do that kind of shit. If you what we should do is instead we should just put a velvet rope at the wall. And when guys come up to kind of get into the, like literally a velvet rope that's around the goddamn country. And when a guy walks up, you just check their ID and you're like, all right, well, you're Mexican. Well, then you want to help build the roads? Like, just let's incorporate it where they come in. And I guess that's kind of like indentured servitude. We probably shouldn't do that, where they got to work off their fucking thing. That's what Chinese sex traffickers do. Hold on, let's go ahead and rethink that whole thing.
No, but I do think we should ask of more service of our people. Not like you have to serve in the army for 2 years. But I do think that we do have to have the community involved, or it's never going to get fixed.
Here's how we should do this.
Okay.
And I can fix it right. I can fix it
forward to
right
that.
the
I hope it
fuck
involves
now.
a snake.
I can fix it right the fuck now. For every video you post on YouTube, you have to do a week of community service.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see Beyonce fucking raking on the side of a road.
No, she's a star. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
No, because now it's elitist. The plan has fallen apart. We are all equal.
If you ever want to be on a reality show, you have to do a week of community service for every day you survive on that show. Literally, The Bachelorette would be so much more interesting if she gave a rose to the guy who got to stay and a shovel. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. You can find me at Instagram.com, Mike40YOB. I'll throw that into the plugs now. So go ahead and I literally posted a photo this week, and my follower count doubled in like a half hour. So thank you for that. And I will post stuff. I'm going to be posting stuff obviously from Kuwait, but I'm going on a trip this week. Oh yes, I'm going for a ride. Beep 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 beep. I will tell you all about that on the other side of the tag or the plug or whatever the fuck we got going on. A song, I think a song. Whatever we have. I don't know. No, because it's funny. Never mind. All right, so that's coming up. So please follow me on all those places. So it's again Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com, Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy, Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy, Instagram.com/Mike40YOB, I guess, or is it 40YOB Mike? Who am I? I think I'm Mike 40YOB. Lily's going to check and then we'll know. In the meantime, though, I will tell you that David Mex Hernandez does all of the artwork for this show, all of the fantastic stuff, all the music that you just heard that I talked about that's coming up right after my voice talks. And he does all the artwork and all that cool stuff. You can go to Facebook.com/David Mex Hernandez and be his friend and see all of his Mex memes that he continues to churn out. But you can also go to artbydmh.com and go with the Valscapes, go pick up some of his Guy Cons, and then go pick up his pictures that he's got of like, I know he sold the Hendrix, but I think he's got Muhammad Ali. He's got, I believe, Otis Redding. He's got all sorts of really cool paintings that he's done. So those are available now. So go to artbydmh.com, ARTBYDMH.com, and check those out. Our friend Ryan Dirks does all of the web stuff for this show. You can find him at Facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. Have you found it yet?
Yeah, it's Mike40YOB.
Okay, Mike40YOB. So follow me on Instagram.com at Mike40YOB for fun and frivolity and photos. It's two F's and a PH. And then our great friend, Lily Von Stupp, does all of the work that is necessary to make this show the best it could possibly be. She just, holds her phone and stares. You can find her at many different places. You can go to Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and stare and realize that you'll never be her friend because she's full of friends and there's a long waiting list ahead of you, but you can still get in the queue. It's like getting bread in Russia, man. If you want to be friends with Lily, you got to get in line and fucking wait and wait and wait, and eventually you'll have something to eat with your stew. So do that. She is also available at many different Twitter accounts, Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, Twitter.com/MNTs, Twitter.com/Boobdini.
All of those are on Instagram too.
Oh, they're also on Instagram. Follow her at all of those addresses on Instagram where she's...
Can't read.
Go. If you just want to look at photos, I mean, you don't want to read the cool stuff that she posts. You just want to see pictures of her tits. Then go ahead and go over to the Instagram one and see her doing all that and doing all this, posting sketches of people that people have done of her when it covered in blood and things like that. Those are available. And
Follow me.
Well, follow. Pardon me.
Follow me, don't you? 'Cause
Yes.
You saw my picture of blood.
Yes, I do. That's what I said. So please go there and follow Lily and at all those different places at Instagram and all those Twitter places. But if you'd like to write her a personal note.
Oh, please do.
you could not be less enthused about getting a personal note from anybody. You're not.
I actually respond to the email that I get.
That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see if you do soon.
If you'd like to write a personal note, do it quickly so I can film her reading it. You can write her at lily@burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
I'm gonna stop at Joe Business Street. I'm gonna shop
just cannot be beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna use his Amazon link. New t-shirt. You're dirt.
Mystery
Hey,
shirt.
what do you think? Gonna donate the podcast by downloads to hear live beats. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hear live beats. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ready?
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is chock full of nudity and drinks. Chock full of booze and ass. You definitely want to see that, folks. That's what you're doing. Pardon me?
Booze and ass.
You know what? Flip it. Chock full of ass and booze. I'd much rather see ass than booze. I'm not going to pay to go in and see somebody pour a drink. Fuck all that. You got to be a cocktail motherfucker for me to pay to see you, and even that's too grim. Couldn't do it. But however, you want to tell me that a lady's going to be dancing around shaking a martini while she's naked, I'm in.
Oh.
That's what I like. I like to see a naked woman with a jigger, which I think you can find on Xtube, actually, if you put it in there. Nude lady jigger. She's dancing around, shaking up a martini, naked. So I happen to know the producer of that show, and she'll tell you all about nude jiggers. She's going to tell you right now that there's a ton of people who come in and do the shows. She books them all. She handles it professionally. It's not like just anybody can wander in off the street and take off their fucking pants. Check that. Anybody can wander in off the street and take off their pants, not on stage,
That's
however.
right.
So Lily's in charge of who goes on stage. Lily's in charge of this show. Lily's in charge of everything, except for my pronunciation of Lily in that part because my mouth got a little lazy there. La 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 la. I got, I believe it. My tongue doesn't work now. It'll work later, but it's not going to work now. La 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 la. Doo 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 doo. Ah. No one else can make me feel the colors that you bring. Stay with me while we grow old, and we will spend each day in the springtime loving you. It's easy.
It's easy 'cause you're beautiful.
I can't do it. There you go. Oh, that's okay.
Hurts.
Jill will make that noise later, though. We'll
My
get her to do it.
vagina- My vagina just broke when I did that.
No, I'll have Jill record it later. I'll drop it in because she'll make that noise. So that's my friend Lily Von Stuff. She produces that show and that song, apparently. Hi, Lily. How are you?
I am spectacular.
So am I. I'm okay, at least. Things are good for you. Everything's well. How was last night's tease?
Last night's tease was spectacular.
There was a birthday show about...
Carol Knowledge's birthday. We had Velvet Tom first. Then we had Monday Night Tease. We had, oh God, the beautiful Bang Bang Von Lula out of Denver, Colorado. Bella performed. Oh my God. Oh, Olive did an act with no arms. It was just amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if I can watch it.
My arms fell asleep. She stripped without using her hands or arms at all. It was hysterical.
But she has arms.
yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
She stripped without using her arms.
I see. I thought it was a thalidomide baby who was out there rolling around.
No, she used a chair to take her bra off. It was brilliant. She is the smartest, funniest, cleverest girl.
Children of thalidomide. Oh, 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 oh.
She's a clever, clever girl.
Well, all right. Well, good for Olive. Oh,
Olive.
Olive.
Oh, Olive.
Well, it sounds like it was a fantastic show. I wish I could have been there. But if you want to see the photos from that, folks, go to Monday Night Tees Facebook.com/. Do I have to say the .com anymore? I have to give the whole address. Yeah, Facebook.com/Monday Night Tees. Go there.
Just search Monday Night Tease.
Okay, yeah, do that. And then you can go to MondayNightTees.com. And I don't know if the photos are on there or not, but who knows? So they're not, but you'll see stuff. There's still something at that address. But it's a great show. It's fantastic. I've been many times, and I love it, and I hope you'll go. And our friend Ruben will be in town in a couple of weeks. I told him maybe he could go. He's our friend Ruben's coming to town, and he wrote me. He's very nice. He's like, you know what? I'm actually going to be in Los Angeles in August, and I don't know if it'll work out, but I'd love to have dinner with you or something like that. And I said, Ruben, I'm in. It all depends on the date in August, because literally I'm in town for 4 days in August. I'm gone most of the time, and I'll get to that in just a second. And it just turned out that he's in the window that I'm here. So I said, well, dude, there's a 2020 that week, which we'll talk about in a second. I go, and if you want to come to that, and we'll maybe hang out after and go get something to eat, and you can go to the teas after, whatever. I mean, it'll be fantastic. And he's not written me back in 4 days. Way to go, Ruben. You asked for my time, and then I told you what I was doing, and you don't answer me. Good.
Did he go to the Mike Schmidt email return school?
Don't fucking know. Not a fan. You know what, Ruben? I'm out. Take that, RJC. So that show is available to go and check out all the time. The tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com. Who's on next week's Monday Night Teas, Lily?
Cassandra Rosebeetle from New York City, and Boobzilla's back. I can't wait for that.
All right.
What else? I can't remember off the top of my head. Saffron Lenore's performing, I think.
It's an amazing show all the time, no matter who's there. It's just a great venue. They got good drinks. The air conditioning sort of works. Go check it out. It'll be fun. It's very warm in that room sometimes. But it gets hot because of the performers. The ladies are heating it up with their flaming labias. So go and check it out. I think those are on display, right? Don't we get to see those?
That's one of our $10 drink specials.
The flaming labia. Oh, it's so it's perfect. You have to.
$8 blowjobs, $10 flaming labias.
Yeah. The flaming labia, it's not in a glass. It's served in a pouch. You have to lick it out of the drink.
Sick fellow.
What? I'm a fan. So there you go. The Monday Night Teas is available. Tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com. Go and get it and search Lily Von Stupp and search Monday Night Teas. You raised your hand, or you
Can I
gonna?
promote something?
Oh my God! I wish you would. Well, first of all, before you do that,
Okay.
remember that Lily has a Patreon page, patreon.com/Lily, and you can support her in her artistic endeavors as she tours this great land of ours and shows everybody her boobs. And now feel free to jump in with your plug.
If you are in the Boston or Vermont or Cape Cod or Rutland area, August 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, I am performing in Cape Cod at a show called A Call of the Wild.
A Call?
Little theater there.
A Call of the Wild in a theater in Cape Cod.
4 chances to see me in Cape Cod if you're up in the East Coast. And then I will be emceeing, and I can show you my boobs afterwards. I'm not stripping there. And then the following weekend, I am at the Vermont State Fair.
You're at the Vermont State.
I am at the Vermont State Fair in Rutland, Vermont, I believe it is. I am hosting a tent show, 2 nights, 2 shows a night, the 13th and 14th, I believe it is. But go to the Vermont State Fair, look for the burlesque show. I will be emceeing that show. I am happy to talk with you and sit and have cotton candy.
Wow.
I know. I'm doing a tent burlesque show at the Vermont State Fair.
The only thing I could think of that would be more challenging than the burlesque show under a tent would be the comedy show that I've done under a tent many times.
Can't wait.
I've done like 4 of them.
I cannot wait.
When I won the Orange County Comedy Competition a million years ago, that I still have a trophy for,
Where is that?
it's on prominent display somewhere.
We need to take a picture of that.
I had it. It's somewhere. If I can find it, we'll take a picture of it. But it was. Now I'm mad. Now I should have that handy at all times, shouldn't I? Just to prove stuff.
Stop the podcast. Let's go find it.
So they when I was there, I was on stage and like a Sousa band came around the corner while I was doing stand up. You know what I mean? And and the reason I won the competition is because I made fun of the band. Like literally, that's all I did. I deviated from my act I showed personality because I mean it was all new kind of new dudes. And what are you looking for?
Water.
I don't know. So I made fun of the band, and that was like it was for some reason that endeared me to everybody, and so then I took home the trophy, and then I got to be on the radio, and I've told that story on here many times because I was dating somebody at the time, and I hit on the radio person, and hey, go by year 3, because she was vibing me. What could I do? Nothing I could do about it, man. Look, I'm in there,
Did
and
you really hit on her, or did you radio hit on her because that's funny to do on the radio?
I'm a newly minted Orange County comedy champion.
Oh my God.
I'm walking around with my trophy. If I'm getting lady attention, I'm going to go ahead and maximize it as the best I possibly can. Whatever. So
Did you really though, or were you like radio hitting on her?
I was an empty vessel. I mean, I was dating somebody, and then this woman showed attention to me, and I was like, oh, okay, and that was it. I was like, and because she was funny and smart. I talked about it we did that whole show about it.
You didn't really hit on her.
I don't know how to hit on anybody. I don't. I mean, I have no idea.
It was a hey, this is kind of cool thing. It wasn't like
She thought I was funny, and she liked me, and she showed attention to me. So I was like, yes, of course, absolutely. Go ahead, scratch behind my ear. This is fantastic. That's who I was at the time. So I mean, I And there's elements of that still inside me where I want attention and I want everybody to tell me what's up. So I mean, it's just there. Does he have anything to say? So, folks, again, the Monday Night Tease is available, and then Lily has outed all of these shows in Cape Cod and all those fantastic cities. Vermont, there's a tent show. Please, just go for the story. Honestly, you should just go to the tent show to fucking see her under it trying to make people laugh and MC and bring out girls doing fucking fire tassel twirls under the goddamn morning sky or whatever the fuck. So,
18 and older.
sure it is. Yeah, it's a tent. Nobody fucking, believe me, there's nobody there checking fucking IDs. They're just going to be like, you're going to walk out, there's going to be an 8-year-old kid in the front row like there was when I did comedy.
I hope so.
There will be.
Lunch is coming, baby.
Yeah, he knows. Well, you think 8? Really? At 8? I guess so.
Eddie still breastfeeds.
So do I.
Yep.
So, go ahead and check all those things out and go visit Lily. Like I said, if you support her Patreon page, you'll hear about all these things and get the dates and the venues. Or you can find her on the internet and she'll tell you all those things. If you want to write her on Twitter and she'll answer you and she'll come in and she'll accommodate you, whatever you want to do. That's what she does. She's an accommodating sort. So please contact her. The Monday Night Tease is rocking her on tour, doing all these shows, and support her Patreon page because Lily is a key component to the show. Who won't be here for the next month? All right, so
No, you won't be here.
I'm traveling. I got stuff to do, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Please remember that 2020 is coming up. It is August 15th, I believe. It is me. It is Bill Dwyer. It is Susanna Lee / Lucky Deluxe, who we have to notify them. Send them. You do that cool thing with that piece of paper. I'll get you Bill's address. So that it's me, Bill Dwyer, and Lucky Deluxe, Susanna Lee. They are available August 15th on Monday at the 3 Clubs on Vine in Santa Monica. Early show as always. I think it's 7:30. And the tickets are available at Gold Star for $5 or at Brown Paper Tickets right now for, I think, $41. So go ahead and grab those. $41 is what my pedicure cost yesterday. Yeah, hi. How you doing?
Where did you get a pedicure? Like, gouge me on the prices and not my toes show?
Well, I hadn't had one in a while because first of all, I've never done them. I don't do them. I'm not a pedicure guy. I was never my entire life. And then Jill once was like, hey, we should go get one. And I was like, nah, then I guess so. And then I went and it's the greatest thing of all time. I mean, it's just fucking phenomenal. But the problem is my feet are the Babadook. I mean, they are just a fucking horror show. Literally, it's like when you watch, when they make the sequel to It Follows, it will just be my feet walking around following you. Because they are nightmarish. So, and I feel bad exposing people to them. I mean, even these, these poor Asian women who are one step above massage parlors, they're probably thinking, I wish I was jerking off a strange cock than working on this guy's feet. Like they're regretting their decision not to be sucked into the web of Asian sex trafficking. And they realize when I take my shoes off, they go, holy God, I wish I was getting a hand job right now.
We're taking a picture of your feet today, too.
No, we're not.
Feet?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Trophy.
Okay.
They're both going up on the
Well,
web.
I will never
your
win.
Instagram is
It's
picking up.
right. How great is that? That's why I joined. That's the reason we joined, was to get me to take pictures of my goddamn feet. All right, so, but I will tell you this: they are miles better now than they ever were.
We need to take pictures.
Right. Never mind. Well, no,
the heel.
only if we had like a contrast.
Just the heel.
Well, no. See, here's the deal. I went to get just. It was when I called, they said it was $18 for a pedicure. And I said, great. And then I showed up, and then I sit in the fucking chair, and she's like, oh, well, we have this one for $40. And it wasn't just a pedicure. It was like the sugar scrub and a paraffin wax and like all these different things. And I haven't had one in a while. So I'm like, yeah, fucking give me the works. I don't care. Go ahead. $40. Because look, you got to take care of them. That's what I say. But what's funny is they gave me that for $40. I can get this by Jill for like $22, the exact same thing they gave me for $40.
Yes.
But then the girl, she's working on me and she's, fucking nails and then gets her goggles out of her the fuck and she's ducking and she's, but then it's time to do like the bottom part. And when I've done it with Jill, they're like, they get out a fucking loofah to the fucking, they go to work. Dude, she pulls out like a bandsaw.
Oh, and just goes.
But here's the thing that's crazy about it. And again, she's got the thickest accent ever, but her name is Tracy. Sure it is. Her name is literally, I'm serious. It's like, oh, my name's Phil. Your name's not Phil. It's fucking, throw 4 knives down the stairs. That's your name. But I mean, whatever the fuck. Good for you. So she's Tracy, and she gets out the fucking, that thing. I took photos of it because it was so ridiculous. But here was the worst part.
Why are they not on Instagram?
That's never happening. But there was no canopy in place to keep my skin from flying all over the fucking shop. So it looked like, you ever see the scene in Caddyshack where he goes, "Oh, fuck your shoe"? You know, the black caddy is like, "Oh, did you say something about," and he fucking makes the sparks. That's what sparks are flying out of my feet as she's doing this. My skin is flying like all over. It's hitting her in the face, like it's hitting her in the. She's covered in it. It's all over her fucking shirt, and she's just like. Pfft. And she's still doing it. I'm like, oh, this is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. And yet, you've never felt more like a king in your life. Like, the only thing I could think of, the only thing that would be better is if somebody just, like, washed your balls. Like, walked up and was like, yeah, hold on a second. Let me scrub those for you. But she's just... And it looks like a power saw, man. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they put on a mint thing, and then there was paraffin, and there was 3 different scrubs, and then a 10-minute massage. And I was like, and she actually used the timer to go 10 minutes. And then I looked at my phone to see if she cheated me. She gave me an extra minute. She's like going to work, and I wouldn't blame her with these calves. But she's fucking rubbing, and she's going off. And then I finished, and she's like, we're done. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so great. But then 4 hours later, I don't know if that thing burned my feet or whatever, but it's like I could barely walk last night because there's like not bruises, but almost like scars on the bottom of my feet from using that fucking thing. I don't know if she pressed too hard or I have no fucking clue. But I paid $41 for the privilege of not being able to walk last night. I'm just hobbling around like an old man. So I got up this morning and I actually had to put lotion like all over them and put socks on so it like kind of it moisturized. I'm a fucking girl. What the fuck happened to me?
I want the pictures on.
There's nothing wrong with liking a pedicure. There's nothing wrong with those things. But I mean, but Jesus Christ. I mean, when she pulled out the fucking, it looked like.
She took all the calluses off and exposed raw skin.
It looked like a Hitachi magic wand. Because she didn't just do, because I mean, I have like problem areas like we all do. But she went like right for the meat of it, like right in the middle of the fucking foot. And like and she's just doing the whole thing. It was like she shaved the whole motherfucker. And I'm like, God damn it. And it felt good when I left. But within like 2 hours, I was like, ow, ow. And then I woke up this morning and forget about it. So I had to just fucking coat them with lotion. So terrible.
How do they feel right now?
Well, right now they feel great. I can't lie about that. Let's take a photo of them. All right, you're right. I've been talked into it. Never. Literally all of the followers I received at Instagram would be gone instantly. They would just be like, yeah, dude, not happening. Are you taking a photo of my goddamn shoes?
Yeah.
All right. So, well, then you'll see they really look good. So what the fuck are we talking about? Oh, 2020. I got $41 what my fucking manicure cost, or pedicure, whatever the fuck. Dude, tickets are on sale. Go to fucking 2020, please. Oh,
like
sure.
clown shoes for
Yeah,
that.
they really do. Well, because they're size fucking 13. I wear a 13 shoe.
You know what they say about a man with big shoes?
I'm not aware. He shouldn't get a pedicure?
He might be a clown.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. I debunked the myth about the big shoes. Clown or whatever the fuck you want to debunk. So, again, folks, tickets available for 2020. If you want to hear more of this brilliance, by all means, come and see me fucking live. Good Lord.
I hope you tell the story. Of
Oh, sure. Of the pedicure that left me hobbling. So get those tickets and fucking come out and have a good time, right? We're all going to do that. If you go to, well, first of all, let's talk about this now. I want to do this. It's time to thank people. Let's thank people for cool things. First things first. I don't know if I mentioned our friend Ellen. Did I mention Ellen on the show last week? Ellen is the greatest. Ellen is really nice, and she has sent me things in the past, and she sent me a card, which was really, really nice and generous. And I've not written her to tell her that I received it because I'm a dumb fuck, but I should, and I will. But also, I just wanted to know that I did get the card. And also, I'm an old person. I will not lie to you. I'm an old man, so I have no idea if I talked about this or not. And I find this happening to me more and more often, where I'm forgetting whether I actually talked about something, and that's not good. I mean, I used to kind of thumbnail stories, or I'd talk about stories, maybe tell a story, but I mean, this is like something where did I thank this person? I mean, that's really bad. So Ellen, thank you for the card. That was very nice, and what was inside, you were very cool. She supports the show, but she's afraid of the internet. So she's nice enough to send me things. Certainly, yeah. So that was nice of her to send me a card. Thank you, Ellen. Our good friend Michael Caldwell, whose name I will use. I did not use Ellen's last name because why would I? But I'll use it. Michael's. Michael wrote me and he's like, "Hey, dude, I sent you something in your P.O. box, and I hope it's still alive when it gets there." So that was exciting. And I get there and I pick it up and I open it up, and here's what our friend Michael Caldwell did. And by the way, Michael Caldwell's in the Boston area. Perhaps he'll come to Vermont to your tent show.
I would love to see you, Michael Caldwell.
Michael's the one I went to the Red Sox game with when I went and played in Boston at the YMCA. It was fun to stay there. So Michael sent me, I opened it up, the envelope, and I pulled out, he sent me, I've talked on this show before, I did a whole show called Lester Hayes and the Garden Sprinkler, and it was about me being in a school play. and trying to audition for the play and going and whatever. I buy year 3 or 4, whatever the fuck it is. Well, he sent me a framed, signed 8x10 of Lester Hayes from the Oakland Raiders. It's in a frame, and it's fucking gorgeous, and it just says Lester Hayes, number 37 Super Bowl champion. I think Lester Hayes is actually dead. I don't know where he found it, but he got this amazing signature. Yeah, he might have faked it.
He may have signed it.
He could have. Well, if so, he was clever to do that. However, Michael Caldwell, not very clever in packaging his material, because I open it up and I reach in, and it is a frame, certainly, and there is an 8x10 photograph tucked neatly inside, and just a pile of fucking glass at the bottom of the envelope.
That happens. Ugh.
But fuck, look, Michael's cool, and dude, not even one thing of bubble wrap. Like literally, you put nothing around it.
What was it in?
An envelope.
Michael, you're adorable.
Not even a puffy envelope. Not even that. It was one of those envelopes that you rip it open and all the fucking old newspaper guts fall out of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
There was no. It was no
that's
bubble
not
wrap.
gonna protect the glass.
Dude, it protected nothing. It doesn't even say fragile on it. He might as well just said, "Hey, do me a favor, step on this." Like
It
literally.
didn't damage it though, right?
Huh?
The glass didn't damage it. It didn't cut it up.
No, it didn't touch the photo, but the fucking glass is fucking shattered, and it's at the bottom of the goddamn envelope. I'm like, whatever, dude.
This is awesome.
It's great, right? It's a framed 8x10. It's pretty cool.
You should keep it with just that portion of the glass.
That's what I did. You notice I kept it. I was just like, because
I
it's.
wouldn't even replace the glass. I think that's hysterical. It looks like he shattered it from the inside.
Perhaps we should put this on Instagram. Take a photo of it and go, "Hey, Michael Caldwell, here's your handiwork." Well, you're taking all these photos of your thing. You got to send it to me so I can put it on the wall. Whatever. So Michael
Or I can
Caldwell.
just tag you and you can retweet it.
No, that's not good. These have to be going on my Instagram. So Michael Caldwell, thank you for thinking of me and sending me an 8x10 that was framed. And but less of a thank you for not thinking of me and not wrapping it in bubble wrap so it would be intact. I don't understand your logic, but good for you. I mean, you were sending it cross country too. That's the thing I don't fucking understand. And you sprung for the envelope. You obviously waited in line. You dug up Lester Hayes' corpse and used his hand to sign the fucking 8x10. You couldn't buy one thing of bubble wrap and wrap it the fuck up, dude. And I wrote him a nice note. I'm like, here's the awkwardness, but it's shattered. And he's just like, oh fuck, I kind of knew that. And I'm like,
I
yeah,
knew that?
well, good for you. I'm glad you knew that, motherfucker. But get bubble wrap. That's it. It's all it takes. It's fun too. Buy one for yourself and pop it all the fucking time. What the fuck? But sure. So that was nice of Michael, and he sent me that. And now another friend of ours who sent us something nice is our friend Colette. I don't know if Colette wants her last name said on the air. But she wrote me and she's like, "Hey, look, I find myself a little flush and I want to support the show." So I think she actually was a monthly donor for a while, and then she said, "I'd like to send you this," and I said, I went, "All right, cool." I go, "It's the PO box, and just tell me when you're sending it with a tracking number." And she sent me she sent a card. And where's the card? I have to pull it. Did I put it up here? I think I may have.
Lester.
Yeah. And it's just worth it because when I open up the card, it is a robot on the card, and it says, "Here is your money."
Wait, we need a picture of that. For
Okay,
Instagram.
so why are we taking all these photos? So she sent a card, and it has a robot on it who's delivering. He's not delivering soup.
Okay.
But it was a box, so I'm like, all right, well, I open up the box, and there's the envelope with the card in it. But also, she sent me 2 bags of macaroni, and it just said, "Butter's on you, dude, Colette."
Yes, that's yummy.
Yeah, because I love buttery noodles. She knows that.
So glad you did not send the butter.
Yes. So then I wrote her back, and I said, "Your package has arrived. Thank you very much. And now, if you excuse me, I'm off to buy $100 worth of butter." So. It was nice of her to think of me and think of the show and to send a nice gift card. And the "Here is your money" robot on the card was the piece de resistance. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Colette. Thank you, Ellen, for thinking of us and sending us cool things. If you go to the Joe Business page at MikeSchmidtComedy.com, we'll go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com first of all and go to the Joe Business page. We got all sorts of downloads there. We got mystery shirts. We got all sorts of great things there. Hey, KC, I still have your mystery shirt. I know, I should have sent it, but I've been in the car a lot. And the funny thing is I'm on a plane tomorrow, so I'm going to have to take your mystery shirt with me where I'm going and then mail it to you later this week. I'm a fucking weirdo. So don't kill me, please. But it's coming. And because his is, I think, the last mystery shirt. Or there might be one more. I don't know. But thank you, Casey. Every week I'm going to say that. I'm going to send you your mystery shirt. Maybe the mystery, again, like I said, the mystery is it never arrives. So, like I said, on the Joe Business page, we've got your dirt shirts. We've got download sets 1 through 7. We've got all, Schmitty Comes Alive, Schmidt Alive 2, Stop Making Schmidt. We've got the Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster. We've got Heroes. Those are available, please, with the donation to the show. And very important, Tweaked Audio, again, is still helping us out. That's nice of them. tweakedaudio.com/40YOB. And then the Amazon link, which I forgot to mention last week. Thank you to all the people who use it. There are people who've actually lined it up at their work, so their work automatically orders from it. You guys are amazing. So the Amazon link has been, quite frankly, more than I ever thought it would be. So that's really cool. I expected I'd make like $20 or $50 here or there. It's been better than that. So thank you so much for thinking of me. Thank you for using the Amazon link constantly and making sure that the show gets helped out. We appreciate it. Lily appreciates it. I appreciate it. Amazon does too. Again, send them stuff. They send you stuff. We get stuff. Who loses in that equation? Absolutely nobody. That was the most dismissive laugh in the history of the podcast. And I don't blame you. Why not? So all that stuff's available. The Amazon link is there for you to use. Thank you to everybody who has done so. We appreciate it very much. And I want to talk about this now. This week, as you're hearing this, I'm in Texas. That's right. I've left. No, I was going to say the country. Not yet. The lovely Jill and I are heading out on the road, and we're going to be in Texas this week. We're in Houston only one night, so that'll be gone by the time you hear this. We're going to be in Houston on Wednesday night. And then we're in Austin Thursday and Friday, and can go to San Antonio. And then Saturday we're in Dallas we're going. This was a surprise. Like, I didn't expect this trip because it's my birthday this week.
Happy birthday!
Oh, thanks.
This is the birthday song. It isn't very long.
It truly was not. I was about to start clapping. Good for you. So that actually made me laugh. So that's Friday. But we're going on a trip, and Jill was lovely enough to surprise me with this unbelievable trip where she's coming here tonight, like I said, and then we're not going to sleep, and then we're going to get on the plane totally tired, but probably not going to sleep on there either, depending on how many people are on the plane. If my druthers, anyway.
Please tell me you're staying at a B&B, an Airbnb.
Oh, well, later. It's weird. I'll be talking a lot more about that later on. But we're going to be in Texas this week. Like I said, we're in Austin for a couple of days. So we're seeing the Astros game on Wednesday night in Houston. Thursday, Friday is just Austin, cool stuff. I know we're going to go eat. We're going to hang out. We're going to do things. I have some plans, like possibly what we're going to do. And then Friday or Saturday is Dallas and the Rangers game. And then we fly home on Sunday. We're actually in Milwaukee Sunday. We get there Sunday, Monday. And then Tuesday we leave for New York. And we're Airbnb in New York. I don't know why, but we are. We're in New York for 3 days. We're going to a Yankees-Mets game at Citi Field. We're going to a Mets-Yankees game at Yankee Stadium. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. on the Amtrak. We're in D.C. for 3 days. We're going to a Nationals game at their stadium. We're going to a film festival thing on Saturday. And then we're back in Milwaukee for 2 days. And then we go to a Kiss concert. And then we're going to see the Cubs in Wrigley against the Cardinals. I mean, it is... So I'm going to be with her for like the next 17 days, which is fucking phenomenal. It's awesome. I'm not going to make a fucking dime working, but I mean, oh well. That's why I worked really hard the last 3 weeks to make as much money as I fucking could to pay my bills. But I mean, money comes and goes, memories last forever. That's how I've always looked at it. So we're going to go make some fucking memories for 17 days. So we're going to 6 stadiums. We're going to see Kiss. It's just psychotic. Like, it's this amazingly whirlwind thing. But I want to put this out to you guys. If you're there and you want to do stuff, write me or write on the Facebook page or write in the Westside 86 Jokers group, because Jill posted it in there. And I know we're seeing Liana already, I think, on Friday night. There are other people out, and look, I know Arian, I don't want to fuck her name up, but she's out there. I know Jen is out there with Dustin, Trey, people that I've seen when I've done shows out there before. So if you're interested and you guys want to get together, Beto is our friend out there. I think Kaz is out there too. Oh no, Kaz might be in San Francisco. Fuck, I never remember. But please, if you guys want to get together, write me. If you have my phone number, some of you do, text me. And, because I should have put this up a little earlier. I should have talked about it on the show earlier so there could be actual plans made. But I know for sure we're seeing Liana on Friday. As we mentioned, Liana, #1 fan of the show, still has not written me to thank you for her package. But perhaps I'll get a thank you in person. But everybody else, if you guys are in Texas and you want to hook up, you are in New York, you're in D.C., you want to get together. And if you want to go to the games with us, we already have our tickets. We can get in the stadium with us and we can just kind of... Because we didn't even watch the fucking game. We just walk around to look at the stadiums and eat and have a good time. So that's a 2-week trip, man, and I'm on the road. I tried to do shows. I did. I looked. in DC. I looked because I've done shows in DC, New York, and in Austin. I contacted Austin. They would have wanted me to do a Thursday show at like 11 o'clock at night. It just could not work.
Why don't you do a flash mob show?
I don't know what that means.
Show up in a park.
That's fucking terrible.
No, it's awesome.
Oh God,
Do it in someone's living room.
All right, invite me to your house. I'll come to a show. And then you got to have all the other people, all quote unquote. That just be me and you. Literally, it'll just be me sitting on your couch trying to pitch you like fucking Jack Lemmon and Glenn Gary.
I
show up at
record in somebody's house.
I would love to do. Oh, you mean like a podcast?
Yes. Why don't you do the podcast live at somebody's house?
Well, because fuck. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my God! Please be me on the podcast. We're gonna set it up. Be me on the podcast.
All right. Yeah. If anybody out there wants me to come to their house and record, I love my microphone. So I
That
mean,
would be so awesome.
because I need you. Because here's why. Again, I'm on the road for the next 17 days. So Lily will not be on with me the next couple weeks. And then there's a third week, and when I'm back in town for just like 4 days, Lily's out of town. That's when she's in Vermont at the fucking tent. So, and then after that, I leave for Kuwait, and I'll be gone for 2 weeks. So Lily will be back on the show the week of the 30th, the final week of August. The next few weeks, it's going to be me. And if you guys, I love that idea of actually going to do it at somebody's house. That's kind of fun.
At somebody's house, seriously.
If you guys are out there and you want, literally, if you want me to do that, or even if you, I'll tell you, I'll put it this way. Jill's going to fucking kill me for this one. She's not really. She hates when I say that. She's always like, oh my God, people think I'm this monster.
You feel like it'll take.
Well, I don't want to impose upon her. No, it's not even time. No, because when you hear what I'm about to pitch, it's not about time taken away with her, because she would be on board for it. No, I was going to say, if anybody wanted to come to my hotel room, I would do a show in there with you guys there.
That seems kind of creepy.
That's weird?
Yeah.
Okay, then fuck that.
You gotta go to their house, because that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, but then I got to schlep Jill over to their goddamn house.
Podcasting from Joe Schmo's bedroom.
I'm in. I mean, if anybody wants to do that, if you're in DC or New York or
Plan on 8 hours.
Plan on an hour.
Plan on
I'll,
8 hours.
I'll come in, I'll do it, and I'll run away, and I will never talk to you ever again. But that's a fucking cool ass idea, actually. Thank you.
is.
Well, we should have production meetings and should talk about that kind of
We
stuff.
just did.
Well, I could have pitched that earlier in the fucking show. That would have been pretty sweet.
People listen to the end.
Nobody does, just Michelle.
Hashtag
So
Hashtag Michelle.
hashtag Michelle. Well. You just can't tell. Well. Hashtag Michelle.
Michelle.
I don't know if you know this about Michelle. Her daddy worked in porno. Now that mommy's not around, she used to love her heroin, but now she's underground. So she stays up late at night and she does her dope for free, and then writes me an email while I'm doing the podcast. You see. So if you guys want me to come to your house and do a podcast, I'll fucking do it. What the fuck? I got a microphone on a laptop. I can record anywhere I want. I'm already wondering about where I'm going to go in Kuwait and what I'm going to do out there, because I called AT&T to try to build up my fucking megabytes, but their data thing is all fucking freaked out, and I got to pay extra, which is fine, but it's still kind of it's in play. But I'll be recording and posting a ton of shit from Kuwait.
Right now, I just picture a camel trying to figure out how to text you to let you know he wants you in his barn.
Well, you know what I'm going to do to him? I'm going to send that camel to bed. Because it's midnight at the Oasis. Holy fuck. All right. Now, no, literally, everybody's just like, they were typing like, yes, come to my house. They're deleting it right now. No, can't. After the midnight to the Oasis thing, you can't fucking come to my house and do a podcast. Fuck, man. If you're around, I'll come to your house. I'll be, in Wisconsin. I'm in.
Podcasting tour now.
Yeah,
You
look at
write it
that.
all off.
I'm coming to people's houses with a microphone and a laptop and ruining everything. But please have plenty of snacks and Propel. And by snacks, I mean fruit and trail mix. I don't fucking know. Don't have anything. Just let me come to your fucking house. I don't want any chocolate. No, I'm trying to fucking lose weight. I'm a fucking monster.
Macaroni?
Oh, yeah. I'm bringing the macaroni, and the butter's on me, dude.
That sounds dirty.
I can't wait. So I cut it out. Like, literally, I saved it. I'm like, butter's on me, dude. So I will be there. I will do the podcast. Thank you to everybody. But yeah, that's a fucking cool ass idea. We should have thought of it earlier, mentioned it earlier in the goddamn show.
We thought of it now, and we did.
But nobody's going to listen, and it's too late. I should have thought of it last week. But I should have thought of it last week before I even was going to go on the road, and I could have arranged something. Because now it's because it's the same thing with San Francisco. Hey man, who wants me to come to town and go and hang out? Everybody's like, yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. And I'm like, hey, I'm coming to town. They're like, no idea who you are. Please lose my number and address. They're like, hey, I'd love to go to dinner with you, Mike. Hey, I'm in town. Who wants to go to dinner? Absolutely nobody. I have a daughter and a television. Why the fuck would I ever talk to you, idiot, from the internet? And it's like, yeah, that's a good point. Makes sense. So that's what it's going to be with this. Hey, man, who wants me to come to their house and podcast in Texas? Dude, I would totally love that. Don't answer it. Don't peek out the curtain. He's going to see you. I got news for you. If you invite me to your fucking house and you don't answer the goddamn door, I will podcast from your fucking porch, you dick. Porch podcast?
Porchcast.
Porch casting? I'm inventing it. No, because now people won't answer the door on purpose because they want to see me on their fucking porch talking while they laugh. They're just like out there behind the door. Well, you think we're home? Oh, I know you're fucking home. You just won't open the goddamn door. All right, so if you guys want to do that, let me know. That'd be great. Or not great. It could be awful, but I think it's funny, and it's all that matters. Funny fucking triumphs everything. Trumps everything. Oh no, triumphs. Triumph. Oh my god, look how close those words are. All right, so that's happening. Monday Night Teas. All these things I've plugged. And I want to say this, and it's going to seem ridiculous after all the silliness we just went through and all the gymnastics I put myself through. I mentioned Michael, I mentioned Ellen, and I mentioned Colette, and other people have written me this week and been very nice. Nicole, thank you for writing me and telling me you listened to the end. A lot of people wrote, because last week I said nobody listens to the end of the fucking show, and then people wrote me and they go, yeah, we always listen to the end of the fucking show. Like, what's your problem? But then some people like Terry is just like, yeah, I listen. I want year one, because I said I'd give a download set, and then I wrote him back. And he wrote me on Twitter and he goes, I listen all the time, man. I love it. And I want year one. And then he wrote, hashtag pin a note to that monkey. So I wrote, okay, need an email address. Hashtag scatter. And he's like, oh my God, so cool. So then I sent him a year one download set. But you guys are, again, like I said, we're more friends than fans and listeners and all that other bullshit. Although, honestly, you're still my fans. Even though you're friends of mine. But a couple of weeks ago, I did the show where I was talking about Jill and I mentioned that Jill had cancer, and you guys should write to her, and you guys all were very nice, and you wrote me, and you wrote nice things, and you told me, to stay strong and tell her to stay strong, and all of those. You're all very nice, and I'm assuming a ton of you contacted her, or maybe not. I don't know if you did or you did not. But I received a letter, a note, an email, whatever you call them these days. From a listener who I don't know if she wants me to use her name. I don't want to be that guy. But the thing is, I would normally just use a first name, but she has a unique first name, so you would know immediately who this person was. So I will use her initials, and her initials are because then with social media you can just find her M. We'll just call her M. Okay. And she wrote me to tell me that and I'm embarrassed because I've not answered her note because I wasn't sure what to write. Because I've talked about on here, writing emails. Even the one today that Lily filmed me writing to our friend Michelle, she's like, you're doing a lot of typing. And I'm like, well, because I can't just write, hello, Mike. And I can't just write one thing. I know that's weird, but I feel if you've taken the time to write me, then I should take the time to actually write something back and not just some form letter. Because I will tell you, this is completely true. Whenever you write me, I'll write a note. And at the end of it, I always write, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And I could put that in my SIG, but I make myself type it every single email because I want to remind myself how much I appreciate hearing from all of you. I know that's corny. It might sound weird, but it's totally true. I type literally, every email is like, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. MikeSchmidtComedy.com. And I can type that faster than anybody in the fucking world because I've typed it so many times. So please know how much it means to me that you would correspond with me and you would write to me. I should be better about it, and I should contact you more, and I will going forward. We're doing the Instagram thing. We're putting up photos of my shoes. Why the fuck not, right? But our friend M contacted me, and she was a longtime contributor to the show. She was a monthly donor, and then just a couple of months ago, she wound up having to stop that. And I meant to write her a note because whenever anybody stops donating to the show, I mean to write them and thank them for their longtime support. Because anything you give to the show is greatly appreciated. You've helped to keep me alive, essentially, because once everything fell apart in fucking 2013. As I had to dig out, because your donations used to go right back into the show. One of the reasons I don't book live stuff is because all the donations used to pay for that. It used to be, I'd book theaters or I'd buy plane tickets and I'd fly and I'd do things. Well, now I have to live on that money. So it kind of put a crimp into my traveling schedule or scheduling shows or even wanting to schedule shows. Because Jill is like, you should schedule a show. You should do a show. And I try to explain to her, it's not that easy because I have to pay for the theater up front and then I have to figure out where we're staying and all that. And she's like, well, I'll back you, but it's I don't want to take her fucking money to go stay in cities and then have to pay her back and then sell 15 tickets. Regardless, it means a lot to hear from you guys. So our friend M, she was a longtime monthly contributor, and then she stopped, and I meant to write her, and I'm embarrassed that I did not, because she just contacted me, and she said, I heard your show about Jill, and I'll tell you that I have cancer myself, and I was diagnosed with it a while ago, and it was, can I say the kind it was, and does that matter, any of that stuff? She had a very, very advanced and serious form of cancer, and she survived. She went through a month of hell. She had a terrible complication on the operating table, and she had to recover through chemo, 6-hour sessions. which is unbelievably intense and astonishing. And I cannot believe she's even fucking awake enough to type me and tell me good things. But she did. And she wished Jill well. Even in the face of having survived through an unbelievably taxing form of cancer and now finding out that it has returned. And she now has to go through the chemo all over again. And she related that to me and told me that hearing about Jill, because she's very young, Em is very young as well as Jill is very young. And she said nobody should ever have to go through this, particularly at such a young age. And I totally agree with that. So she wanted to go ahead and that's, again, that's what's astonishing to me, is she wanted to wish me and Jill well and wish us to get through this, when in fact she's facing, I don't want to minimize things and I don't want to maximize things. All I know is that Em is going through an unbelievably tough time, and the fact that she would take time out of what is clearly got to be the scariest time in her life. The fact, it was scary when she got it, but then she beat it, but now it's come back. I can't even imagine the feeling that she's having, because that's what happened to Jill. She had it and then it went away and now it's come back on the other side of her face. I'm lucky I don't have to deal with those things personally. I'm tangentially connected. I try to help Jill and support her as much as I possibly can. And I will be there for her whenever she needs me or wants me. And also for Em. I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. I have not written her back yet. But because again, my normal nonsense doesn't seem like it would be appropriate in any sort of way, shape, or form to write her and go, hang in there, buddy. What the fuck? She's literally facing the battle of her life a second time. And in the middle of that, she decided to step up and write me and tell me that when she was going through chemo, she listened to the show. And she would laugh. And it helped her. And I can only hope that she's around for the next 60 years, listening to the show, laughing, and also not equating me with those fucking terrible times, because I can't even, really, because right now I got to be verbal chemo for her at this point, right? I mean, when Karen had fucking cancer, she couldn't even drink a Coke again because it reminded her of that. So I don't want to be, I hope I'm not that lasting memory. And I don't think I will be. I'm teasing, obviously, but Em, hang in there. And I will write you eventually, I promise. Because I couldn't just write be okay or I'm thinking of you. I have to write an emotional response and tell you how much I appreciate you stepping up and even talking to me, and appreciate all the years of support that you've shown the show, as well as all of you who've supported the show for so long. But for her, in the midst of what like I said, is truly the second battle of her lifetime, to take the time out to tell me that she hopes that me and my girlfriend are okay. I can't even imagine the strength and the will it took to do something like that. And I can only hope that she uses that strength and that will to her advantage and applies it in a way where she can be with me and us for the rest of the time we choose to do this. There you go, clap. Yeah. Sure, why not? Yeah. So, Em, hang in there. I will write you. We love you. We are thinking of you. Take care. And as we did with John when he had his cancer, anybody who was a listener who reached out, and you don't have to reach out. If you're just fucking struggling, if you're right now going through chemo and listening to this, or if you're just sick, if you got a fucking head cold, I don't give a fuck, and you do. And if I'm able to ever make you laugh or be in your life, I mean, even if you fucking hate me, if you hate listen, I don't care. I'm happy and proud to be in your life. I hope you understand that. And I don't say it enough, and I probably don't show it enough because I'm too busy talking about fucking kangaroos and my bad pedicure. But please know that that I truly appreciate. When I sit back and I think, I talk about this show and I'm like, oh my God, I'm struggling. I'm this, I'm that. Hey man, this show got me 2 movies. Yep. This show has seen me do fucking tours and worked all over the world. I'm going to fucking Kuwait because of this show. Yep. And more importantly, I've reached out and become friends with people like Em and Michael and Colette and Ellen and you. So I'm not going anywhere. I hope you're not either. And I should I appropriately fade out or what the fuck? I don't even know, just hit the music on this? I have no clue. Should I do a regular ramp out or just fucking bail?